Hello everybody, my name is Khaled Siddiqui, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to put together your new DJI MAVIC Pro 2 with smart controller. So this is the smart controller that I'm talking about, and this is the DJI MAVIC Pro 2 which I'm talking about. So I'm going to teach you step by step how to use it, how to put it together. I mean, it already comes pre-assembled. You don't basically have to assemble it, but you still have to put the propellers and you have to put the battery, you have to charge the battery and all that. So I'm gonna teach you how to do that. So let's start. The first thing you need to do is, when you get it, this is how it's going to be set up inside the box. You need to charge your remote control, fully charge your battery. The remote control is charged with a USB connector here. So it comes with a cable that plugs in here to charge the remote control, and the other end of the cable goes to the USB dongle that plugs into the wall, and basically that's how you charge the remote control. The battery actually has a charger that you plug in the charger right here, and that's where you charge your battery from. And once your battery is fully charged, when you press it, all lights turn on. And when your remote is on, in order to verify, you press the power once and you look for the lights to see how much charge you have. So I get all 4 lights, which means my battery is fully charged. Okay, now the next thing you need to do is you need to open this and put the propellers. First, opening it is very important to know how to open it. See, both arms, all 4 arms are already folded. So you need to know which one to unfold first, which one to unfold second, and so on. So the top ones that are close to the battery, you need to unfold first. Okay, unfold this one first. And then the bottom ones will unfold this way, and the other one will unfold the same way, like that. This is how you unfold the drone. Once you have the drone unfolded, you have 4 propellers to put in place. Now notice the propellers have like little circuit ring, silver ring, some of them, and some of them don't have a silver ring. The ones that do have a silver ring are supposed to go on top of those motors that have a silver ring around them, and the ones that don't have a ring goes on the motors that don't have a ring. And each one, when you snap in, the rotation to lock it in place is different. For example, the black ones, you first look at the 3 notches, and there's your 3 notches. You put it inside, and then to lock it in, you have to hold the motor with your hand, the bottom part, and then press and twist it counterclockwise, or if you're in Great Britain, anti-clockwise. There. Now this is in place, and we have one propeller in place. Now the second one, we will put the one with a ring, with a silver ring. So we have to choose a propeller that has a silver ring in the center. So we're going to put that. And this one, you have to twist it, push down and twist clockwise to lock it in place. Push down, twist clockwise. Okay, watch. Again, you have to hold the bottom. There. Now this one is in place and it's not going anywhere. Okay. Now we have this one, which is black, so we have to choose one without the ring. Again, we have 3 little studs that go inside those notches. You push it down, and this one is black, so it's gonna go counterclockwise. The ones that are silver is going to be locked in to go clockwise, like this. Silver, silver. Put it in. Twist it clockwise, but you have to hold the motor at the bottom. You must hold the motor. Okay, now Our next thing is to put the battery in. So this is how you put the battery in. Watch, there are the connections. You have to make sure the connections match here. You put the battery in like that. Like that. So now we have the battery in. To turn it on, you press once, remove your hand, press again, and keep it pressed. That's how you turn it on. Watch. So now this unit is turned on. Okay? So now you see all the lights, and the whole enchilada is basically powered up and everything is ready to fly. Obviously we are indoors, we're not going to be flying this, but it gives you an idea to see how how it turned on, how all the lights and functionalities and everything. This is how it's going to look like. It's just to give you an idea. This is how it's going to look like. Now the drone has multiple sensors. It has a sensor, forward sensor here, another sensor here. We have sensors here, and we have lights here, and we have these sensors, top sensor. There's all kinds of sensors on this one. It even has bottom sensors and light. This is the light, the landing. This is the landing camera, and these are the sensors. I mean, this is the most equipped drone so far to date made by DJI. It has nearly every sensor you can think of. So those are the good things. Let me show you the sensor from this angle too. These are all the sensors. This is the actual camera that's on the movable arm, and it's basically the way it's designed that if the drone, let me show you from the front. Hold on a second. Let me show you from the front. See, watch the camera lens. As I twist the drone, the camera lens is not moving because it's all these motors, the gyros are controlling it to be stable. Same thing if I go up and down. If I go up and down, the camera's lens is pointing. You can see that better from the side angle. Watch. Hold on. Let me grab it from the side angle. I'm going to twist this a little bit so you can see. See, the lens keeps itself in the center. Same thing if I go this way. This way, watch. I'm going this way and this way. The lens is pointing forward. Basically, the motors, all the motors, horizontal and vertical motors, are actually keeping the camera pointed at a stable, the camera stabilization to be pointed at a direction where you want it to be instead of vibration and all that. So that's something that you need to know. So make sure you don't apply pressure or anything to that nature to the camera, because it's very, very, the most sophisticated and critical is the motors around the camera, which is keeping the stabilization. You don't want to force it. You don't want to, just leave it. And there's also a camera protective gear that goes here like a glass. I don't like that because I took it off because it actually scratched my camera. If you see, there's a lot of scratches there, and those scratches came from the very thing that was supposed to protect it. So I didn't like that. I took it off. But it is a good thing to have. The camera is good to have the camera lens protected with a glass instead of you touching it accidentally and whatnot. Okay, so now we are going to go and teach you the remote and how to make it ready to go, ready to fly. These, you have to fold these first and the other ones last. So basically the front ones will be last when before the front ones were first. So I'm gonna put these in the resting position. There. Alright, now let's talk about this puppy. And now to turn on the remote control, you simply press the power button once and then again, and let go, and then press it again. And press it, hold it second time. There you go. So basically you do click and then click and hold until it's powered on. The total boot process is pretty quick. Click on go. This is like the boot up process. Then click on go fly. So now I'm going to close. Now this drone has sensors all around. So you see these things? Those show the sensors. As I move my hand closer, you see the sensor warning comes in. Like that, see? There's a warning right there. So those are the sensors that when you fly, it's a lot more active. Right now it's not in active mode, that's why it doesn't beep. Normally the sensor will beep at you. Now there are three modes. There's a sport mode, and then the standard mode, and then the T mode. The sport mode I don't recommend. I recommend the P or the standard mode because all the sensors will work. But if you choose the sport mode, the unit will go, the drone will go very fast, out of control, and the sensors will not function properly. This is the return home button. You press this so the drone can come back home. This is the power button. This is like same as a joystick to control the screen functionalities. This is the taking a snapshot, take a picture button. This is the return button that you return back to the previous screen. This right here is the USB port to plug it into a computer, and this is taking a still shot pictures. This is the HDMI port, which you can connect to a big screen TV or something, or you could do a live broadcast through a mixer, like a Roland mixer I have here. Let me show you this mixer. 1 second. You could hook up your drone, this mixer that I have. It's called Roland VR 4HD. You could hook this up with a high definition cable and do live streaming, or for YouTube or whatever you want to do, like live streaming. So yeah, that's how you do that. Now let's talk about the different things on the screen and how to set it up and whatnot. To fly the drone, you press here, this button right here, you press that, and then you slide and the drone will take off. Of course, I'm not going to do that because this is indoors. So, and then this is your remote control status, which tells you what's the status of your remote control, normal status, or quick shot, active track. Active track is that you could be running around and the drone will follow you. That's the active track. Cinematic mode, top fly mode, it flies. Waypoint, you can create a waypoint and it will go through that. Point of interest, you could, let's say if you want to create a video of the Eiffel Tower, your Eiffel Tower will be your point of interest and the drone will make circles around it like that. These are the things that you need to know. Okay? And then we have the camera setup. The camera setup is here, and you go to the little gear icon and all the way at the bottom to format your internal SD card. This one is format internal storage. This one is format SD card. This one is reset camera settings. So you have to see which one you want to deal with. So these are all your camera settings. It's all self-explanatory. It tells you what each one does, which you can adjust. And then you have the video settings, what video format you want, MP4, or you want MOV for Apple, or MP4 for PC. But Apple can also read MP4, so MP4 is much better because it's readable by any type of computer. And then we have white balance. You know, white balance, you could create perfect white colors and cloudy, sunny, landscape, custom white balance, you know, those things. Style, you could create styles. Currently none is chosen, but you could choose different styles. And color, you could choose different colors. Currently no color has been chosen. And encoding is H.264, which is the standard high definition format. You don't want to change that, leave it there. And then you have the camera ISO, the aperture, you know, how big the aperture opens, 2.8 or whatever. This is the shutter speed. If you're doing high speed video, the shutter speed has to be higher number. Like if it's sports or something, or moving object, or wildlife, animals running, your shutter has to be higher speeds. Or you could leave it in automatic and the drone will automatically adjust it. And then we have these settings. By the way, this is record, to record. Right now the recording has started, and this is to stop. Now if you were to take the still shots, you press that one. So now this is no longer record, it's the taking pictures. Watch. It's taking pictures. Now this is what changes from video camera to a still camera. Press this once, you have a picture of a small video camera inside the circle. Now it's shooting video. Press this again. Now you have a picture of a little still shot camera or DSLR camera, and that's when it is shooting still shots. If you wanted to see where is your location on the map, you press this thing, and this shows you where you are on the map. This shows you the strength of the satellites, the GPS coordinates, and all the other good stuff, multiple map layers, which comes in handy. If you want to go back to camera visual, press that one. The map will come in the little corner right there. This shows you vertical distance, height, horizontal distance and height. And this shows you your drone position. This shows your satellite signal. These two show you the strength of the remote control and the strength of the high definition video transmission from the remote, from the drone to the remote. This shows your battery level, how much battery you have left. And right here, these three dots will show you to know how many cycles of the battery you have, or basically it's the settings. So if I want to see my battery cycles, I go here. Low battery warning will be at 25. I could change it to higher number. Each battery has actually 4 batteries inside. For each motor, there's a battery. So these are the voltages of each battery. Total voltage is 17.001, but it's subject to change because this voltage, when it's fully charged, the voltage is 17. Then it drops as the charge drains out. Okay, smart return home is on. In case there is a link disconnection, the drone will return home. And if you go to details, it shows you the number of times the battery was charged, 2 times, the date of the manufacture of the battery, and the battery serial number, and the current status is okay. And same thing with the drone itself. It shows you in which mode you're flying. See, enable intelligent flight, which is T. S is for sport. When you press the S, the drone will go extremely fast, and you have less control of the drone. Sport mode, max flight speed 20 meters per second and improves aircraft mobility, but obstacle avoidance is disabled. P, positioning mode, max flight speed of 14 meters per second, supports intelligent flight mode, and obstacle avoidance is enabled. T is for the tripod mode, when you put the drone on a tripod to take a video or something. Basically, the drone is not actually in the tripod. It's like the drone feels as if it's on the tripod, virtual tripod. It doesn't move. It's stable. Max flight speed is 1 meter per second. Flight control sensitivity reduced to help fine-tune composition smoothly, and obstacle avoidance is enabled. Those are the things. Return to home altitude. This is very important. If you are living in a city with tall buildings, your return to home altitude must be very high, not 30 meters. 30 meters for, like, we are living in the suburban area, so 30 meters is enough because we don't have tall trees or tall buildings around my house. But normally, I would have to choose a higher number, maybe 200 feet. The maximum is 500 feet, but remember, your limitation by FAA is 400 feet. So make sure you don't go over that limit. So if this is your home location and the drone flies and something happens, you lose control, or the battery of your remote runs out and you can't control the drone will return home at this height. It goes back up 30 feet and comes back home and then down. If you choose a higher number, the drone goes up 30, 50, 60 feet, comes back home and drops down. So basically that's what that number is. Okay. Beginner mode is good for beginners. Okay. Maximum altitude is 500 meters. Oh, by the way, that was 30 meters, not feet. My bad. That's 30 meters. So the maximum altitude is 500 meters, which shouldn't be. I should reduce that to 400 because that's the FAA regulations. Okay. And the distance limit. You could set a limit on distance to let the drone stay within certain vicinity and not go too far. You could do that. If you want to enable that, then it asks you what's your limit. It will ask you the distance limit. But since I don't want any limit, these are this is off. These are some advanced settings. Sensitivity, gain, all these. Self-explanatory, darkness. You could turn on aircraft arm LEDs. You could turn it on or off. If you turn it off, the arm LEDs will go off, but it's not recommended by FAA guidance. The drone must be visible on the sky, so you have to leave it on. Okay, emergency stop mode. You have to push both sticks inwards and downwards. The drone will completely will basically drop like a rock from the sky. So don't do that unless it's an emergency situation. Usually people do this when the drone is caught into a tree or something and they want to stop the motors. So yeah, that's that. These were some advanced setups. Again, normal setups, advanced setups. You can go back to the normal setup like we were. You could go to the Wi-Fi setting and everything else. I haven't set up the Wi-Fi yet. And again, the remote control. All these are button and what each button can do. This is the antenna. You fold it this way, like that. That's how you fold the antenna. This is the mode. You put the antenna in this position if the drone is above you. If the drone is in front of you, you put the antenna in this position, like this. Okay. So, what else did we miss? Let's see. This is just a little joystick. Image transmission, you have dual channel. You could choose a dual channel or 5.8, 2.4 or dual channel. So you want dual channel, much better. And then you have the channel mode, auto or custom. Automatic is good. And then image transmission state, you could choose high definition or regular mode. Obviously you want high definition image. And then this is the image transmission code rate. It's 11.6 megabits per second. You could change that to lower number. You lose image quality. So don't do that. Okay, so let's close this. That one was general settings. High definition, battery, this tells me the number of charge. You have the camera mode, the gimbal mode, follow, or you could do FPV. Follow was much better. Okay, so all these license information and all that and what have you. So basically, yeah, that's like a little tutorial on how to use this. By the way, this is the record if you're in the camera, and if you're in the video, this is your video shooting on and off. Oh yeah, this button I forgot to mention. This is the one that points the camera lens up and down. So watch the drone as I move that. Watch the camera. So we have to be there. I have to hold on a second. I have to turn on the other thing, the other camera. So let's see. Okay, as you can see, the lens right now goes up and down with this button right here. This is the button. See how the lens moves up and down, and the image moves here up and down. Okay, so that is the lens control buttons. So basically we covered everything. If you have any questions or anything, please, you can write it in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.